So today we have to teach people how to get viewers on Twitch. Oh, I guess you're right. Oh yeah, I'll remember to tell him that. Okay, I think we're good to shoot. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to address one of my most frequently asked questions, which is, how do you get viewers, followers, and grow on Twitch? Mimi's also here for the lesson. If you don't already know, Twitch is a live streaming platform where you can find people doing just about anything. A lot of it is gaming, but you can see people going outside, going on trips, cooking, doing art, literally anything. So think kind of like a YouTube video like this, but instead of it being a video that you watch anytime, it's live in real time, so you can chat and interact with the person in front of you. I've been streaming for over 6 years, so I've seen a lot happen on the platform. I've seen people explode in popularity, and I've seen people fall off. So I think I've got a pretty unique set of experiences and knowledge that I want to share with you in hopes to help you grow your channel as well. Let's get into my top 5 streaming tips, and please watch until the end because you may already know tips 1, 2, and 3, but you may have never heard of 4 and 5 or may not be doing it. Everybody needs help in different ways, so I wanted to cover all of my bases with this advice. Before we get into it, please leave a like on this sort of video if you want more informational, talky sorts of videos, and comment exactly what you want me to make a video about because I really take your feedback into consideration and I want to make stuff that you guys want to see. And also, if you're going to do those 2 things, you might as well sub so that you don't miss the video that I make because you recommended me to make that video. Okay, enjoy. Tip number 1, interactivity is key. And I know, you would think that seems like a no-brainer on a live streaming platform, but I couldn't tell you the amount of smaller streamers whose channels I've gone to or visited, and I sit there and I want to watch, and they go many minutes without saying anything, without talking to anyone in their chat, without talking about what they're doing. And you have to keep in mind that the key aspect to live streaming is that it's live. And just like live radio, as the saying goes, you don't want any dead air. Honestly, you don't even want like 10 seconds to go by without you actively saying or showing something to the people that are watching. The only people that can really just sit there, not talk, and show off their gameplay and still be really successful are the people that are already at the top of streaming or gaming. So the fakers and shrouds of the world, the people that are already known for their really good gameplay. So the way you should see it is the importance of interactivity is inversely related to how successful you are. So it's the most important when you're just starting out. And I know what you're about to say.
Pokimane, I can't respond to people in my chat because there's no one in my chat to respond to. No one is saying anything. How do you want me to talk if there's no one to say anything to in my chat?
And I get it. You're partially correct, but I just want to really drive it home that even if there's 1, 2, 5 people watching, they may not be saying anything in your chat because sometimes people are shy. You're the one that needs to get them to talk. You're the one that decides how interactive people can be. You need to prompt them with questions, ask them how their day is doing. It's so important that when you're just starting off, you know how to carry a conversation because at the end of the day, interacting with you, that's what's really going to keep people coming back and staying for long periods of time. Tip number 2, you grow on Twitch for reasons outside of Twitch, which is like the most counterintuitive thing ever. Because on all other platforms, you use the actual platform to grow. On YouTube, you post more videos, you do different titles, different tags, different thumbnails. On Instagram, you post more photos, you tag those as well. You follow people that do similar things to you and network with them. But Twitch has none of that. So naturally, people just think, oh, I just need to stream really long hours. I need to keep grinding, and sooner or later, I'm bound to grow. But that's really not the best way to go about it, and I'll explain why. Twitch doesn't reward channels just for streaming really long hours. Like, you don't do a 24-hour stream and boom, you're on the front page of Twitch. Twitch has one algorithm, and it's viewership. The more viewers you have, the more exposure you have, because that's how the website is laid out. It's organized by most viewers to least viewers. If you have more viewers, you're showcased to more people, and that's when you really want to grind long hours. When you're already at the top of a category and more people can see you, the longer you stream. But then, what do you do when you're just starting out? Well, for people to click on your channel, you don't want to force them to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and then randomly come across you and find you. You want to make it a lot easier for people to discover you. And how do you do that? By posting your stream on outlets outside of Twitch. Whether that's a subreddit that's related to what you're doing, let's say you're doing a 12-hour knitting stream. Maybe post your live stream on the knitting Reddit. Is that a thing? I really don't. That's gotta be a thing. Or if you grow a community on platforms like Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, places where you can actually use the platform and algorithm in order to get more eyeballs on your content, that can be incredible because you just tell your community there to come watch you on Twitch. And boom, you instantly have a good and set amount of viewers and a community to kind of launch your streaming channel off of. And I know that's easier said than done, especially if you don't have a community elsewhere. So what do you do then? Then you have to figure out how can you bring value to others? Do you want to post your channel and say you're playing with viewers? Are you really good at a game? In which case you can do it with more of an educational angle, like, hey, I'm this rank, and you post it on the League of Legends subreddit, and I'm teaching people how to do XYZ. So figure out how you can attract viewers and then go advertise yourself out there. P.S. If you want to know what I did when I first started, basically I had a Tumblr blog with about 800 followers, and I would post my stream link so people who were already interested in what I was doing would stumble across my stream, and I would just play with viewers or get to know people, and that's how I made so many friends. And also just linking your stream to friends or people that you play with, telling them to come watch you, that helps a ton as well. A +1 when you're just starting off is huge. Tip number 3, the door metaphor. Okay, hear me out. I was thinking about this while lying in bed the other day, and I forced myself out of bed to write it down because it's probably the best way I've ever thought of how to explain growing on Twitch and Twitch streaming in general. Think of your channel as a door. And there's thousands of other doors out there because there's thousands of other channels and other streamers out there. So what I mentioned in tip number 2 is how to get people to come to your door and open it. In the same way you open a door, you click on a stream and go see what's inside. But that's only half the battle, because you need to make sure that whatever is behind the door and in that room is good enough to make them want to stay. The contents of the room need to be worth staying for. You get it? Like, contents of a room, like streaming content. You could get 100,000 clicks on your channel, but if your stream isn't really that good, all those people are bound to leave and you'll be left with no viewers either way. Similarly, you could have the most hilarious, amazing stream, but if no one ever clicks on it, then no one will ever know how good it is, and you'll still be left with no one. Oh, that sounds so sad.
No one. Smiley.
You could get like 100,000 clicks on your stream, but if your content isn't that good, then people aren't gonna stick around and you won't be left with many viewers. If your stream sucks, no one's gonna stay. In the same way that you could have amazing content and be really, really funny, but if no one clicks on it, you still have no one. But if you don't try to get people to come through that door and you don't get many views on your channel or clicks, no one will ever find out how good your channel really is and how good your content is. Guess at the end of the day, we all just have no one. So try to keep in mind to put equal amount of work into getting people through the door and on giving them a good reason to want to stick around. Doesn't even matter, man. Nothing matters anymore. What was this video about again? The formula is literally how good your content is times how many views you get. So you could get 1 million views, but if your content sucks, then it's times 0 and you have no viewers at the end of the day. Or you could have the most amazing content, But if nobody ever clicks on it and you get 0 views, it's still 0 people watching. 0 views
the
equals...
Einstein of Twitch.
Listen guys, it's like a formula, okay? It's your content times the views you get equals your viewers. So if you have really high number content and your channel is amazing, but you have 0 views, that's times 0. It's nothing. If you have 1 million views, but times 0 content, no one's gonna stick around. Your viewers at the end of the day, also nothing. Wait, that's not very positive. Einstein of Twitch. Tip number 4, figure out your branding. So let me address something real quick. I know there's gonna be so many people in the comments trying to say stuff like, how to be successful on Twitch. Step number 1, be a girl. Step number 2, profit. And although I don't think anyone's success should be minimized to just their gender, I do want to point out a learning lesson in comments like those. So because girls are kind of a minority in gaming, or at least they were a lot more when I first started than they are nowadays, when you would start off streaming as a girl, it was kind of like built-in branding. You were different, you stood out, and that's really, really good in this space. You need to stand out in order for people to want to click on your channel over other channels. And that's why I recommend you think about how you want to stand out. Do you want to be known for being really, really into K-pop? Once you figure that out, you can then start thinking about how you want to reach your target audience, which are people that enjoy the same things that you do. If you want to do a fitness live stream, then maybe you want to create a fitness Instagram because that's very popular on Instagram, and network with people in that space, use the right hashtags, make videos on there, and then tell people to come watch you on Twitch. Another example, when I first started, I was really into League of Legends. So I made sure everything on my channel was just all about League. I had banners with the champions, I had posters behind me, animes I watched, shows I liked, and it's really, really good because when someone sees that, they think, oh my god, I love that game too, or I play that champ, and they instantly connect with you, and it gives them a reason to want to come back, to want to interact with you, to want to be a part of your community as well. This brings me to today's sponsor, Honey. I usually don't like to take too many brand deals, but this one was absolutely a no-brainer for a video like this. Let me explain why. Honey is a browser extension that you download for free, and it applies discount codes to just about anything you want to buy online. Not having Honey installed is basically passing up free money, and it's super easy to install in just 2 clicks over at joinhoney.com/Poki. Enjoy! It's really, really great because I looked into it and I was wondering, how do they make money if the browser extension is free? And I want to reassure you guys that they don't sell your data. It's really important for me to try to partner up with companies that don't do that sort of thing. And the reason I specifically wanted to partner with them for this video is because I know so many of you out there will want to maybe upgrade your streaming setup or deck out your gaming room. And so I figured I would mention a really easy way for you all to save some money while doing that. Last but not least, tip number 5. WiWis, which stands for, would you watch your stream? Try to answer these questions, figure out why or why not, and figure out what you can specifically do to be better. One of the best ways to learn anything is to reverse engineer a process. So what I mean by that is think of the streamers that you like the best and figure out how you came to know them. Did you find them on a subreddit called r/new streamers? If so, then post yourself on that subreddit, and then people like you can also find you. Keep in mind, when I say put your stream out there, I don't mean spam your link everywhere or in other people's streams or in communities, because that's not very considerate or nice and will probably garner more hate than it will people genuinely wanting to watch you or be a part of your community. What I recommend is being selective and methodical, figuring out how you can bring value to people and actually attract them instead of annoy them. Also, think about the streamers you look up to and love to watch and how they've put themselves out there and have attracted more people to their channels. And then you can follow in their footsteps. You don't need to copycat anyone. but it can be so helpful to just observe others, what has been successful or worked for them, and then put your own little twist on it and make it work for you. That's all from me today. I could honestly talk about this sort of thing forever, but I really wanted to put together a short, simple, sweet little video with some of what I find to be the most effective but widely applicable streaming tips. I really think you can use these at almost any viewer count, and I really hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed, but most of all, I really hope that you don't get discouraged trying to compare your day 1 to someone else's day 1000. As I said earlier, I've been doing this for 6+ years. There are so many streamers that have been doing this for a really long time, but I genuinely believe that there's so many paths to online success, and you can find your own unique way of doing things. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at my life, feel my pain. When it comes to me and you, we're not the same. This is so far from a game. What you saying? It ain't nothing but hard work and dedication. Quit complaining. Look at my life, feel my pain. When it comes to me and you, we're not the same. This is so far from a